Welcome again to my marriage channel. This is Pastor Agre as usual, and today I want to talk about relationship skills that you need to build a successful marriage. Listen again, relationship skills that you need to build a successful marriage. And I want to thank you so much for subscribing. Please go ahead if you have not subscribed and invite somebody to be part of this conversation. I know we are a movement of building happy and successful marriages. So number one, it's about compassion. Now, most of you might ask me, is compassion a skill? Yes, it is a skill because you need to be intentional about it. Compassion does not come just like that. It comes because you have purposed in your heart to be compassionate to your partner, to be compassionate to your wife, to be compassionate to your husband. And here I want to give you the definition of compassion. Many of you have heard it, but I want to give you the definition of compassion. Compassion from the dictionary refers to the humane quality of understanding the suffering of others and wanting to do something about it. And the humane quality that makes you understand the suffering of others, and then you feel like you want to do it. So when you are this person who is building that skill of compassion, and you are always conscious in your mind that you need to be compassionate to your spouse, then you always seek to understand what's bothering her, what's causing her trouble, and then you always want to do something to solve the challenges. If she is having a problem with cooking on our local stoves, then you buy her gas. If she's struggling with washing clothes, then you buy a washing machine. I mean, there is a way being compassionate makes you understand the pain that someone goes through, and then you want to do something. You are able to do something about it. So that's a very skill, and this skill cuts across even if you are married, even if you are at your workplace, maybe your neighbors where you stay. Being compassionate is a skill that you need to develop and you need to master. So that is one. That is number one. Number two is called teamwork. Now, couples who don't work together cannot go far. The synergy that is needed even in other workplaces where you are employed, in your businesses, it is very, very much needed even in your home. And let me tell you, teamwork is a skill. Most of us have grown in families where everybody is doing their own thing. In actual sense, you'll find that we have grown up in communities where we are competing, in families actually where we are competing with our siblings instead of working together to develop our family, to develop our home. So this selfishness that we carry through our backgrounds needs to be substituted with a skill called teamwork. Now, teamwork helps the couple to sit on a table. They plan together. They do things together. They look at what each one of them can contribute to the development of the home and the development of the family. It's about raising children. It's about putting up assets. It's about managing home. There has to be that sense of teamwork if you guys are going to build a successful marriage. Teamwork, very important. Number three is called forgiveness. Hey, understand that we are human, so we are prone to errors. So you can, the word error and human, they are inseparable. So it's possible that if you don't master the art of forgiving your spouse, that means you have to keep a record of whatever they do wrong all the time. Then you are in trouble. Time will come and you cannot hold it anymore. But if you have developed this skill of forgiving and forgetting, and you add that as well, forgiving and forgetting, That means every error, you don't remember the errors of yesterday. You don't remember the errors of the other year. You don't consider the errors of today. Why? You have forgiven them. And forgiveness to me is a skill. You have to be intentional about it. You have to understand that you need it in your life if you are going to build a happy and successful marriage. So forgiveness is very, very, very important. The Bible says, let me give you this. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 says, love does not keep a record of wrongs. In other words, true love that will build you a successful marriage keeps erasing the wrongs of your spouse. The wrongs of your spouse. The wrongs of your spouse. So a love comes as an eraser of the wrong things, and then you are able to build a successful marriage. One day Jesus asked Peter and said, how many times should I forgive my brother if they wrong me? 7 times a day. And so I want to ask, how many times should you forgive your spouse, your wife, your husband? Then I will just give you an answer that Jesus gave to Peter. 77 times 7 a day. That is how much you need to forgive your spouse. So forgiveness is a skill that is very important. Number 4 is called patience. Patience. The act, of bearing and believing in somebody that they will change. I know that, like I told you, we come from different backgrounds, and there are simple issues that if we are not patient with our spouses, that we can fight over. We can fight over use of toothpaste. We can fight over management of resources, money. You can fight over management of charcoal. The other day I was in a taxi, and this guy was telling us that he almost slapped his wife because the wife was mismanaging charcoal. That whenever you would get the charcoal stove and there is some charcoal remaining on the husband expected the wife to put them down and pour water on them so that he can use them the next day. But this woman would just let the charcoal, get finished in the stove, and it becomes ashes. And to him, the man looked at the carelessness and the mismanagement of resources. But you need patience as you teach somebody, as you help somebody understand the way you look at things, the dangers of what they are doing. Transformation takes place. It doesn't happen in a day. So patience is something that you need if you're going to build a happy and successful marriage. Lastly is listening. Many of you are good at hearing, but you're never good at listening. Listening is an act of meditating on what has been said, and then you provide a response to what has been said. But most of us are not good listeners, we only react to what our spouses are saying. So listening has to do with carefully paying attention to what your spouse is telling you, and then you process it. You get to know under which foundation are they speaking. Are they speaking out of their feelings, out of their disappointment? Then you react, you respond to what is going through their mind rather than what has come through their tongue. Those are the 5 skills that you need to build a successful marriage. Of course, there are many, but those are the 5 that you would consider, that I considered today. Number 1, compassion. Number 2, teamwork. Number 3, forgiveness. Number 4, patience and listening. With those skills, you are going to build a happy and successful marriage. Once again, subscribe. I will see you in the next video.